toast today, I want to talk to you a little bit about prepping before the meal. You know, you can do things ahead of time that will speed you up in the kitchen. I have a jar of horseradish here, a little one, jar of capers, preserves or jelly, and you can buy these items in the grocery store, and when you're done using them, you can recycle the jars. Here's a jar of tomato sauce. This is 24-ounce Classico tomato sauce for your spaghetti, and when you're finished with this jar, you'll have a jar that looks like this, and you can go buy yourself some lids that are made for the ball jar. It's the same size lid, so if you guys are pickling or canning and you want to just save a little money, jars are expensive. I think about 10 jars, 12 jars is about $10, $12. So if you're going through a lot of tomato sauce, these are perfect for canning. So what I'm going to do today, I just wanted to show you some of the jars that I got. These are all the same size mouth on the jar, so it's the same lid, different size jars. My daughter gave me this one. It's Tabasco. I don't know if it'll withstand hot temperatures. Be careful of that. If you're not familiar with the jar, it may bust or blow up when you're heating it up, when you're trying to heat it past a boiling point, because you want to kill the bacteria that's in the jar, in the food. I love garlic in my cooking. I love garlic in my food. Spaghetti sauces, pastas, marinaras, soups, pizza, fettuccine alfredo. Sometimes you can buy the garlic already with the skins taken off. So it's fast, it's quick if you use a lot of garlic. But I find it's about twice as expensive as if you buy a whole head of garlic and just peel it yourself. And I bought about 10 heads of garlic. I peeled those while I was watching a TV show or a movie. So what I want to do is I want to take all of this garlic and I want to prepare it 3 different ways. I'm going to prepare some fresh garlic, raw garlic with olive oil. As you can see, it's still a little bit chunky. It's still a bit chunky. I want it a little more finely pureed, and I need to add a little more olive oil to it. And I have to say, this actually smells really good. And if you do this ahead of time, then when you're ready to cook, you don't have to prepare any garlic. It's looking pretty much the way I want it to look. Finely chopped. I don't want it too thin. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the garlic in a jar like this, and then I'm going to top that off with a little bit of olive oil. And now it's ready. Add a little olive oil just to keep the oxidation to a minimum. It's ready to go. I want to roast the rest of these garlic cloves. I'm going to put a little olive oil on this baking sheet so the garlic doesn't stick to the pan, and then I'm going to roast them in I'm not going to do a hot oven. I'm going to do a minimal amount of heat, maybe 200 degrees. So what we want to do is we want to do slow and not too hot. You don't want to rush the process. Okay, so that's going to go in an oven. I'm going to do 250 degrees. Okay, so this is what it looks like when you pull the garlic out of the oven. I had them in the oven for an hour, half an hour at 250, and then I raised the temperature up to 300, and they've been roasting in the oven for an hour. So what we're going to do is we're going to take half of them and we're going to put them in a jar. We're going to fill it with olive oil, and we're just going to let it sit on a shelf. I'm going to add a little salt. Okay, I'm going to pour olive oil in there, and then we're going to have a roasted garlic oil. I'm just going to add about a teaspoon of salt. And what the salt will do, it will allow the garlic to break down a little bit more, so more of those flavors of the garlic will go into the oil. Give this a good shake. It's ready to go. So far we have our puree garlic with oil and our roasted garlic with oil. Okay, I guess the best way to deal with these roasted garlic cloves is with a mortar and pestle. So that's what we're going to do right now. I ended up cooking these for about 3 hours actually on a very slow oven. Let me show you what they look like. I started at 200. After about an hour I went up to 300, and then after another hour I brought it back down to 200 because I didn't want them to burn I'm not hitting them too hard because I don't want them flying out. They do seem a bit crunchy, but that's what I'm looking for. There's one piece that's still very soft. I'll leave that one on the side there. And let me show you what the finished product looks like. And what I'm going to do is put that in a jar, and I'm going to add some olive oil to the top of that. And we can sprinkle that on our salads or on top of our pastas. Alright, that took about 3 hours to do all of this. Mostly it was taking time to roast the garlic until it was dry. But as you can see, we have 3 different flavors of garlic. All of them have oil. They will be a great addition to any of your cooking. And I will catch you guys on another video, or you'll catch me on another video. Have a good evening, have a good morning, or have a good afternoon.